best iced tea I've ever made. Cheers. I'm Leandra Young, and this is part 10 of my video diary for Walking the Razor's Edge, second novel in the Saar's Legacy trilogy. Today is the 3rd of July. Finally made it to July, and I have some news for you. Well, I say news, just a progress report. It isn't actually anything too exciting, unless, you know, you're riding with me the whole time I do this video diary thing. Anyway, right, so what's going on? As you know, let me warn you before we go too far in. The children are upstairs. They are not asleep. So the banging and thudding and shrieking you hear is them playing. They're fine. They are fine. They're just being 3-year-olds. It's what they do, and eventually they will go to sleep, but it's probably not going to be while I'm recording, and I'm having to take advantage of the quiet time to get this done, so sorry for the background sound. Now, progress report. How am I getting on? The secondary timeline, which is what I'm working on at the moment, I think I'm halfway through. The first flashback, if you want to call it flashback, was pretty simple. It didn't actually change a great deal. It was still Saar in Egypt in the aftermath of what happened in Silkover Razor Blades, and it's where he picks up another character. This is so hard without giving you spoilers. Basically, stuff happens which needed to happen, and I'm glad it happened, so that's good. The next flashback is again in Egypt, and is a direct result of Lenina meeting up with the antagonists of this novel and being forced to remember in the same manner she did in Silkover Razor Blades. So this, the second flashback piece or secondary timeline segment is directly related to what's happening in the primary timeline, so that's done too. The third secondary timeline section is the one that I changed from Norman Britain to early Anglo-Saxon Britain, 452 AD, a little after the last Roman legions left the UK, which was I think 410 AD, and the Celts are kind of going, the Scots and the Picts are picking on us, we really need some help. Hey you Jutes, come over here and help us out. So it's around that point where they were inviting everybody over to like look after them, and then they got taken over because they suck. And it took place at that point. And I am much happier with this section. The relationship between Saar and Mossy works much better here. You can see the angst, you can see the pain, you can see the conflict between them. They both have very clear goals, and they are in direct conflict with each other, and it's beautiful in a really sad and kind of angsty way. So I'm pleased to have made those changes. Insofar as the conversation that they had and the action that took place, there hasn't been very many changes. A few more people are dead, but that's what happens when vampires are around. The next chapter in the secondary timeline is in Jerusalem, because I know anything about Jerusalem, in 1187, which is just about the start of the Third Crusade, this being the one that Richard the Lionheart was involved in, aiming to reclaim Jerusalem and other parts of the Holy Land from Saladin, the Sultan of Egypt. Can you see what I did here? Why on earth would Saar have anything to do with the Crusades? Well, I mean, if you think about it, this guy's Egyptian, he follows the Egyptian gods. The Crusades is the Muslims and the Christians fighting, largely, but Saar has managed to get himself involved. So this section is all about working through that, and I think this is going to be a complete rewrite, not because what I have is rubbish, but because it doesn't fit the time, because I originally wrote it for the Wild West, but also Saar's motivations are slightly different. It's further back in history, so it changes what's happened to him slightly. He can't be at the point he was when I originally wrote it, and recent betrayals are still quite fresh, so he's in a bad place, and I need to make that clear for the writing. So I'm going to spend today working through that. rewriting, tweaking, pulling stuff out, putting stuff back in, doing more research on Jerusalem and the Dome of the Rock and the mosque that's just close by. I can't remember the name of it right now because I suck. I spent all day staring at that name and I still don't know. But that's what that's going to be. And the beauty of this is, once that's done, it's not so big a jump to get to the largest section of the secondary timeline, which is the major flashback chunk, if you like, which is the Battle of Waterloo, which is only 700 years later. So actually what I've been able to do with these changes is make the skips in time kind of equal, which appeals to me and my OCD CD-oness. So yay! That's it, really. That's what I have to report right now. It's going very well. I don't expect to be finished before... actually, what is it now? What did I say? The 3rd of July. I could be done with this by the middle of the month. So, fingers crossed. I have some good things to report in the next update. Well, hopefully be into the larger segment of timeline where he's in Belgium. That's it for now. Thank you for putting up with Das Bambinos. I will catch you next time. Bye, everybody.